had eight athletes, females, in the group. They're doing quite well. As a matter of fact, we had, out of the 8, there were 3 of them that were MVPs at the inter-school. We had one young lady who ran 56 points in the 400 meters. She's only 16. Right, so they're doing quite well. As a matter of fact, I have more females right now coming out for training because of the program. So the females are not left behind. It's just that this, you know, you have to convince females and parents as well, especially if you have this stigma about certain things that happened before. That's what's happening in Auntie. And yes, we have a bigger group now of females coming out to the track.
In terms of keeping athletes, you guys send your kids off a lot? Because training at home constantly, every day, you're not saying competition, you make competition, you get bored, that kind of thing.
Most of the athletes that I coach are very young athletes, still in high school. After high school, most of them decide not to continue. Right now, like I said, right now, there are several universities, you know, win, I should say, some of the athletes in the club, but most of them are still in high school. They're still now presently attending high school. The young man I spoke to you about is now attending what we call Antigua State College. It's just a junior college, two-year program, but he's only 16. You would not send your 16-year-old off to a university, would you? Right, so he's there, possibly for another year or two, and then he will go off. You will choose whichever one. His parents, like I said, are 2 principals of high school. So they're working with him in terms of making sure that he makes the right decision in terms of selecting a school. But there are other offers. As a matter of fact, Kansas State is offering a scholarship to the young man who ran 20.92. So there are some offers. So we have not had a lot of athletes going off to universities because most of them decide that after school, that's it. Track and field is done. We don't have a lot of senior athletes. Even when I used to compete. When I used to compete, it was maybe about 5 of us. So we have
yes, I would like to know if you are going to the big game. Your team came together, or what do you do?
Well, it's the responsibility of the National Association to select the athletes.
Okay.
This year, because we were taking a relay team to the peripheral game, I was the one helping, assisting with the team. But I was not the only coach there working with them. Several of the other coaches decided, hey, this is a good thing for our country in terms of this relay, and they wanted to assist, and they assisted in preparing the relay. But it's just the relay team. What I don't agree with, if I am training this athlete, because he's going to World Championships, he should stop training with following this program and go to do somebody else's program. I believe in continuity, and therefore if you're doing a program, you're doing it well, continue with the program, working, and then you go off with the coach. You are right in the program. If they have to go and spend a couple of days before the competition, you're writing in the program what the person needs to do on a daily basis before the competition.
As a new program you are working, during you select some players, so they are working. You are adding another group that it will go with the same?
No.
Yes.
Yes. I did all of that during the inter-school championships because the athletes that I was coaching were doing so well, or did so well. A lot more athletes came out to the track. So they're now into that same program that they're in. And we will do a camp. Yes. Yes. We are doing another camp in December. Right now it's not funded. But I will go and do the very exact thing that I did before, writing letters to corporate Antigua, and hopefully, I didn't even remember to tell you that after I came back from Lausanne, the National Olympic Association also gave me 3,000 EC dollars to continue the program. So it wasn't stopped, it wasn't done at April when I went to Lausanne, but it continued out. With that money, I helped with bus fares home because a lot of the kids could not afford the bus fares every day to the track. So bus fares home, lunch for some of them because they could not afford lunch at school, or they were not eating what we felt was adequate. So we supplied lunch. We also bought 2 coolers because we felt that sometimes they go to school and they come home, they come in directly to the track and they don't have enough liquid, water, Gatorade, whatever. So we bought 2 coolers. So what we do is make sure that every day we go into the track, we have coolers with water or something so that they can have while they're there. And some days, as a matter of fact, when we left home, it was very, very hot, extremely hot. And if they bring water for both school and track, it will be finished because it's so hot. So I had extra water in my car so that they can have dehydration after the 100 minutes.
You know that the Youth Olympic Games. There are programs from the IOC, from Olympic Solidarity, that helps identify and then prepare athletes that are in the ages of going to those games. The programs are going to start next year in January, so you should ask your NOC how to apply to those, and you have these kids.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, they already asked me if I have anybody in that age group, so I think they're already aware of
because I believe most of these coaches are taking over and they don't know what they're talking about. Like we are also dealing with high school athletes in our country. And then when we normally go for training, I observe some of these coaches will be overloading their athletes. And what are the consequences that we feel? Because if I tell them most of the time, look, you have to give them the programs or the capacity, because if you overtrain, you have to do stuff. No, you have to be very happy. Is it possible to overtrain this athletes?
Of course. I've seen it in Antigua. I will give you an example. We have this athlete that won Commonwealth Youth Games 100 meters. He ran 10.52 seconds. This past year, earlier, his coach was piling on the work on this young man. While my athletes were doing like 30 meters, 40 meters, 150 out there, a 300 there or there, working in the gym, doing plyo work, suited for their age. This boy was running on 600s and 300s and 400s and 450s. My boys beat him. My boys beat that boy. Right now. He is not even number 1. He is not even number 2, sorry. He is not even number 3. He's probably just number 4. And that coach is not learning because he's doing the exact thing right now. It's September, and he's already running 500s. I'm still building. I'm still building. And what we need to understand, that we don't plant trees, we plant seeds. Seeds
Roots
will grow into trees.
Yes.
Eventually, that is where you want your athletes to be. You don't want them to break world records now. You're looking for them to break world records when they are ready. Give you an example. That same young man I was telling you about, I used to coach him from before. He was maybe 2 or 3 others that were in the program before. I used to coach him before, and the same young man I just told you about ran World Commonwealth, he used to beat him. He used to get licks at inter-school. Everybody used to come and beat him. And I said to him, you are not ready. Just be patient. And I remember, before I left the United States, I sent him an email. I said, 2012 is your year. And I reminded him of that. As a matter of fact, he reminded me of it, that I said that to him. 2012 is your year. Because I felt he was ready at the time. Because when he used to come to the track, it's 1 or 2 days he used to come because he was still young and he was living far in the country. And so I took my time with him, which is what I wanted to do, right? To take your time with athletes. And 2012 was his year. You go online, like I said, IAF.org, check out the stats, top list, change from senior to youth boys, and check out the 200 meters. He's now ranked number.
Another thing that I want to ask is, because normally in Uganda, our president starts at the This is so that we start our president at the and I have said here You on your project is in November to April, and also goes to June because we have this national championship. Which means that you should branch up your program so that that can suit your eyes for the competition.
The reason why I have November, because our major competition for that age group is March in Carifta Games. Not to say that people couldn't go on, but Carifta Game was where I was looking for them to peak. It didn't happen because when we got to Bermuda, where Carifta Game was, it was cold, it's freezing cold. So I didn't expect it to be that cold. Yes, they made the finals, but and they didn't get any medals. But I knew that they could have done better. So I told them, listen, don't worry about it. The conditions were not conducive. Just be patient. And when we went back, we did a little reconstruction of the program, and then we went forward. And then is when they showed what really they could have done in March, in June, when they went to, or July when they went to the CAC. So once again, thank you. I know you have many other questions, but I'll be here until tomorrow, I think, right? And you can ask me another question.
Thank you.